So I guess I'll give myself a bit more of a formal introduction.
Hey guys, welcome back to another
video.
video.
I'm Spy, make captain,
I'm
paramedic out of Station 18.
Because I'm
the station commander at 18s. Been in the group probably 2-3 months now.
So I'm probably not going to be calling a lot today's video.
Y'all feel free to DM me with any questions. I mean, that's about it. Hand it off to Truxy if anyone else wants to do introductions.
Hi, I'm Truxy. I'm, again, the Deputy Commander of Station 18. I am the, willing personnel here to do one-on-ones, whether you need any sort of fire-related training. I can also help you with technical rescue, pushing you in the right direction, though I am not able to directly train you in that. If you have any questions, or you want to have a one-on-one training session with me to help you become, say, an officer, you want to go for engineer, you want to improve your driving, I'm definitely the person to contact about that. Yeah, I don't have anything else. If Dispatcher has an introduction, we'll go ahead with them.
Okay, well, I'd like to say, Maple, yes, they'll bring you up in a minute. You'll be helping me out. Like I said, my name is Rec, Dispatcher, whatever the crap you want to call me. I'd like it if you address me as Sir. Whenever we go through PowerPoints for BLS or anything, whenever we do SOP or anything like that, I'd like to address me as Sir, Instructor, anything like that. Nationalism. I see that we have, let's see, we have 3 people in here, but we have 4 candidates. I'm trying to figure out who that is that needs to be in our classroom. Either way, I'm an EMTA. Who is Charles? Okay. Whoever it is, do you mind DMing them to head back over here? But anyways, like I was saying, I'm an EMTA, paramedic in real life, like I said before. I may crash at any point during the presentation. If I do, sorry about that. Okay, little 4-hour. Truxy, can you see if he's in the other classroom?
Stand by.
Thank you.
Who am I looking for in the other classroom?
Little 4-hour, I'm JC Gaming 1K01, okay? Never mind, he's in here now. Perfect. JC! You're part of the firefighter in Atlanta? Wow, okay. Alright then. If that is true, we have something about that. We'll talk about that later. There is an IRL first responder role that you can get in the public server if you do have, like, certification and everything like that. But we'll talk about that later. I'm a paramedic in real life, EMTA, and I'm a firefighter at Station 18, which I love. Great staff, treat you like family, everything. Have fun. Like I said, gentlemen, we want your best. We want you to take notes, screenshots, anything, recordings like Charles is doing. We want you to gain as much knowledge as possible. We want you to. That's what we actually want. But that is our biggest goal right there for us as instructors. Without further ado, I'm going to let Spy take over as SOP. Take it away.
Yeah, let me pull up a couple documents here, guys. So while we wait, we'll answer questions. I just need to open up a couple documents.
I'm pretty sure some of the 4 instructors here, while I was AFK, probably harped on this, but again, questions show that you're showing initiative and you wish to improve yourself. Yeah, it could be even some of the most basic questions about how the group operates. We're mostly willing to answer them. If it's in relation to anything fire, or how the group operates, it's not a stupid question.
I also meant to mention, this is one of my friends, great friend of mine from past servers. He's been part of High Command with me. Maple is his name.
Hi.
He is a firefighter. Go ahead, Maple. Sorry, you can go over with your introduction as well.
Hi, I'm Maple. I'm a firefighter based out of Engine 44, Station 44. Really special about me, just a regular firefighter.
He's also here
Everybody's
to
unique.
help. But we're all here to help. If you need any questions, and that means anything after the shift, anything after, come to us. Come to one of us. We will help you out. We're here to help you out. That's pretty much what we do. We're not here to hinder you. We're here to help. So, yeah.
Dispatcher, Shaft Academy. Whoa! Let's ignore that happened. Dispatcher, Captain
Yes.
Classroom 1, one of the candidates pinging you.
Who was pinging for me? I came to learn more, and you came from another. Okay. What other department, if I may ask, West?
Alright, my documents are all ready once our questions are finished.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Does anyone else have any questions for me? DeKalb County Fire and Rescue. Okay. Wow. 2 people from Georgia. Nice. My hometown. Originally from my hometown. I was originally from Georgia, but now I live in South Carolina. So, love it. Northeast part of Georgia, but we won't talk about that. Apparently, Officer West, I'm not sure IRL if he is from DeKalb Fire Rescue, but if we have 2 IRL firefighters, wow, that'd be nice. Nice. Oh, right. We are now going to let over. I was about to say, that's why I was trying to be on my best behavior. Alright, Spy, if you're ready, if everyone's
We'll go
ready,
ahead and,
now the
our
questions.
documents are pulled up. I'm gonna share my screen, guys, and we'll talk a little bit. We're primarily gonna cover our fireground SOPs here, and basically what our fireground SOPs are. They are standard procedures for what we should do when we get ground. Do keep in mind that these are procedures, and things can change based on the scenario at hand. So we have 2 primary companies on the fireground. We have our engine company and we have our truck company. The truck company is responsible for search and rescue, while the engine company is responsible for fire attack. Truck companies are also tasked with ventilation. So first in engine, it's going to be fire attack. They're going to stretch a line, establish a water supply if they're able to, and they're going to start getting the water on the fire. Our second in engine will establish a water supply if the first in engine does not. They'll pull a secondary line if needed. Like I said, they'll ensure a water supply. And then they may also be tasked with exposure protection, just depending on the incident. Our third in engine will be on the Charlie side, and they're going to be out of the way of the second in special service. They're going to get an additional hydrant on the Charlie side, and if needed, they can stretch a line to the Charlie. Our third in engine will be our initial RIT company until relieved by a special service. Our fourth in engine will ensure a water supply on the Charlie side, so if the third in doesn't have a plug that they catch, the fourth in can establish that water supply for them. Moving on to our special service, your truck companies. Our first in truck will be positioning on the alpha side of the structure, as shown here in the picture. So first in truck will be here on the alpha side, and they'll be tasked with splitting their crew. Half of the crew will go for ventilation, and half will go for search. They're also responsible for the Charlie side report and throwing ground ladders to the structure. Our second in special will be on the Charlie side. They'll be splitting their crew. Their inside team will assist with the search. Their outside team will assist with the ventilation and softening the building. They ensure the Charlie side report's been complete and secures utilities. And our second in truck company will usually be assuming our RIT assignment. Our third in special, they're generally going to park out of the way unless their aerial device is needed. And they will be a RIT company if we have a third in special. So a special could be the rescue, it could be a truck, or it could be the squad if we are third in. And then chiefs will park and get the command post set up. Any questions about our fireground SOP?
No, sir. I was going to add on, to you, server muted Maple, he's fixing his computer right now, sir, to where he's not typing that loud. Sorry about that. He's fixed now, sir, if you want to unmute him. Alright. Go ahead, sir. I think everyone else, Nelson, do y'all have any questions? Little.
Our SOPs are pretty simple here. There were more, but those are in the process of being revamped. So that being said, I'll hand it over to dispatch for firefighter BLS.
Okay. Let's take it over to firefighter BLS. Truxie, if you don't mind getting the document or the slideshow up for me.
No, not at all. Stand by. Also, while I get the slideshow up, keep in mind, SOPs, they aren't absolute. They're just guidelines on what should be done for your standard incident. Every incident is different, every incident's going to have a different need. Some incidents, you may not want to search at all, and you might have that truck company doing what the second was going to do. Right? So, again, keep that in mind. These aren't absolute. And everything can change upon decision of command or even your officer if they're first on scene.
So, while he's doing that, does anyone have any questions about BLS or about EMS by chance? Anything at all? And you could type it here, you could type it in the chat on Discord, I don't care. Which slides is it that we're doing? 13 to 17, wasn't it?
We're doing BPMs, we're doing AED, and we're doing CPR. And we're also doing step the bleed.
Gotcha. So, a BVM. What is a BVM? Can someone give me a definition of the BVM, or at least a short definition, like an easy, quick definition? Okay. Okay. No, sir. Okay, what's your idea, Melted? Go ahead with it. Okay. Yes, it does. It provides breathing when the patient is unable to breathe. So yes, the BVM is really helpful whenever a patient cannot breathe. This technique right here is called the EC clamp technique. What that is, it shows the hand positioning like in a C or in an E. So you can have more airflow and it will better help the patient. That's pretty much what it is. There's good air tightness, make sure the air stays and goes into the patient instead of flushes out. Any questions or anything I'd like to add to that?
Alright, here's how we here at TAFVILLE do it for BVM. Again, you're firefighter BLS. We aren't going to expect you to say all this. This is generally for our more EMTBs. We expect our EMTBs to sound a lot more professional, like medical treatments, along with our EMTAs and paramedics. But if you wish to do this in this manner, you can do it. But anything that gets the point across that you're getting a BVM down and bagging it is good.
I will say, you can do both fire and EMS if you want to. That's just up to your preference if you want to.
I do that.
But you'd only be, if you did part-time, you'd just be, unfortunately.
That's actually incorrect. You can be part-time as a paramedic.
Really?
That's what I am.
Oh, someone told me I could only be at B. Okay.
Yeah, that's false. As a part-time EMS fighter, the only limitation is you can't become a lieutenant or captain, but you are able to get your paramedic and your AEMT as part-time.
Damn. I'm not
Okay,
gonna do that.
Next, we're going to be going over a very wonderful maneuver. Take it away, dispatcher, and I'll be back.
Yes, the Heimlich maneuver. The 5 and 5. So, you know Wendy's, McDonald's, and any other fast food restaurant that has a sign. What does that sign say? It says, and I will quote, what to do if a person is choking. Now, what is step 1? It is the stupidest thing ever, if you think about it. You're asking the patient if they're choking, and by golly, 9 times out of 10, they're choking. So what's that going to help you? So, the 5 and 5 technique will, you do 5 back blows, and then 5 abdominal thrusts. So what that means is, hit the back of the patient 5 different times, 5 times in the middle of the back, and then do the, exactly, lean the person forward, and do the abdominal thrust 5 times. Now, if for any reason they go unconscious, now that's where you have to do CPR, which we will get into later on. Exactly, start CPR. Perfect. Liking this. Y'all are catching on real quick. Alright, let's head to the next slide. Truck chief.
I believe I know what's on the next slide.
I believe you can start talking about CPR now.
Yes,
It's,
so... Truck's AFK, my clone. Oh, dear God, okay. He's on the slide, and I can't... He has to move, unfortunately. I can't do it.
It's the,
That's fine, you can teach CPR. We're not going to do airway adjuncts, as that's not a firefighter BLS skill.
Spy, what is the regular respiration for a BVM? It's what, 15 liters per minute?
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Oh, if anybody's wondering, this is a question that somebody had during my EMTB training. If anybody's wondering why we don't use medical tape to secure the bag valve mask onto the patient, it's mainly just in case the patient comes to life and starts breathing again. They have tape and a giant mask on them. They're gonna freak out, and God knows what's gonna happen.
Shit hits the fan real quick, let's just say that.
Yeah.
Liaison officer, what do on the fire ground while we are waiting for truck C?
They mainly just do, like, watch and, like, command. I mean,
Did you say the liaison officer? Okay, so this right here, the liaison officer, that plays into the incident command system, which is a modular approach to incident management. The liaison officer is responsible for communicating with partner agencies. So the way I like to think about a liaison officer is that the liaison is like the PIO, but for other departments.
That's actually a really good description.
If you're in here, we've already done SOP and done that.
Oh yeah, we did do a SOP. I'm stupid. I thought we didn't do SOP. I'm stupid. Okay, I'm sorry.
My mistake. Well, I don't know why fire was in here, but okay.
That was my bad.
We're gonna move on. CPR. What is CPR? Someone give me definition in the in text. And yes, Melted. You can either say PTS or you can raise your hand. I don't mind. Perfect! Yes. I'm not just surprised that Roblox let you say that. Okay, yeah, that's correct. So, when do you use CPR?
I don't know why, but I was about to answer.
Well, it's motor sense. It's motor memory.
It really is.
Bingo! That is correct. So, how fast are you supposed to do CPR? This is a trick question. Hit control back, and then you're back to... There you go.
There you go.
Ah, perfect. Well, yeah, agreed. So, this isn't for everyone, but... So, does anyone know the song Staying Alive by the Bee Gees or anything? Anyone know that song?
Very famous old song.
It's fine if you don't, but 100 to 110 beats per minute. So, pretty much, you know how fast that song goes? You can do it to the Star Wars theme song? Seriously?
You can. There are a couple other ones too. Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh yes, that's the one that I'm doing.
Wow.
Oh, let's see what else. Oh, another one, Bites the Dust.
Oh, that one. That
one I wouldn't want to do because they'll probably bite the dust.
The Imperial March.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that fast beats per minute. Yeah. Just Dance, really? Rick? Oh my God! Seriously, Rick? Really? Never gonna give you up. Wow. Pump up the jam. Wow, there's a lot. I've never... Okay. Wow. All right. Well. So, CPR is really, really important. Correct? Okay. That's pretty much right. That's pretty much it, Spy, about CPR. There's nothing really about that. I mean, unless you... Whenever you get on scene, okay. What are the impressions you do? If there's one rescuer on scene, if you're the only one, what do you do? Ah, my patient. Okay, so as I have my patient here, Spy, I'm going to see if I check for the airway. So I checked the airway. Is there anything that's going on? Is there any...
Airway is unobstructed.
Okay. I check the... Okay, I'll check the pulse. I'm going to check for a radial. Is there a radial pulse?
No radial pulse.
I'm going to check for a carotid. Is there a carotid pulse?
No carotid pulse.
Alright, so there's no carotid pulse. Now I'm going to start CPR. So, as I have my rescuer here, Maple, he is my second rescuer. So he will be doing the bag value mask, and he'll be doing 2 rescue breaths. Now, how many compressions do I do? Don't answer. No, that is way too much. 30.
Yeah.
30 to 2. So, 30 to 2 is what you do. 15... we're going to do CPR. So, CPR is done how many times? How many cycles? If you don't know it, please until further help arrives. So, yes, you do the CPR. 35 rounds. And yes, he has a BVM above the mouth, so whenever I do the 30 compressions, he'll do the 2 rescue breaths. 1, 2, and then I'll start back CPR. Now, you'll rescue or you'll have a civilian ED. Once the ED is on, what do you do? No, first thing you do is turn on. Then you apply the to the patient. Afterwards, you see an analyzing heart rhythm. What analyzes? You stop. You once it charges, stop or immediately. Once it is fully charged, shock the patient. Advice. Whenever it says advice, you tell everyone to back. Stop. Exact. Turn on the pad. Patient charge. Shock. Hopefully you have a rhythm. If you have a pulse, I check for pulse now. Do I have a pulse, Spy?
You find a pulse of 30 beats per minute.
Perfect. So I have a pulse of 30 beats per minute. Once I have that, we let go. That's as much as I can do right now. Doctors will do more than you. Remember that. Doctors can do more than you. So, does everyone know about CPR now? As we have a demonstration that we just did. Spy, I'm not gonna lie, I'll DM you about this because this was a great idea. We need to do this more for the academy and stuff. Need you more probably at the basic stuff if we do it. Perfect. Alright, now I have my male, I have my patient here. He's bleeding out of his right arm. What am I going to do? Well, as much as you can. That does. Then you wonder what is a tourniquet? A tourniquet is a cat. There's two types. There's a cat tourniquet and the blue tourniquet that you use for an IV. But we'll talk about way. Ways. Who's the joint?
Do you want me to?
No. I was about to say, yeah. You're fine. Okay. Yes, you can use a belt and you can use your shirt. So if you wrap up anything, pretty much anything you could get your hands on, like a belt would be helpful, shirt, a seat belt I've seen before.
Out in the stick.
Do remember that we carry all this equipment on the fire apparatus too, so we don't need to be improvising for a majority of our calls.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But I mean, if we get like a mass casualty event, it would be good to improvise sometimes.
Anything that won't break under slight tension. Exactly.
Good.
Good job. Actually, that's nice. Alright, so yeah. So now I have direct pressure. If direct pressure doesn't hold it, then I do a tourniquet. If that doesn't help, well hell, go with 2 tourniquets.
You can do that?
Yes, you can.
Oh, wow.
Spy, you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. Talk about that. Don't mind my DMs.
Well, a tourniquet is basically a kind of like a Velcro strap that has a small little plastic rod in the middle. When you apply it, you're gonna take it and you're gonna put it 2 to 3 inches above the. Good.
Exactly, yes. You record the time that you put on the patient so the patient doesn't lose their arm. Exactly. Perfect time. Perfect. I like this. You guys are catching on real nice. That's what I like about this.
Especially when it comes to a trauma, it's good with your tourniquet. So you can just take a Sharpie and write on the patient.
Exactly. Perfect.
If you write a time on their, if you write on their arm with a Sharpie, and if the doctors big numbers, 1532, they'll understand.
Exactly. Write it in military time. Don't write it in civilian time. If the doctor doesn't know military time, well, that's their fault.
Ooh.
So, that's another thing. Military time we'll get to know about in this department. And we treat each other like family. I do want to add that. We treat each other like family. We have fun. Hell, we have lots of fun. And I'm trying to think of adding, like, karaoke nights and some other stuff.
That would be hilarious.
But we'll talk about that later. While I have Spy on the ground, I think that's it, right? There's nothing else.
I didn't finish explaining what a tourniquet was.
Oh, sorry. Well, other than that, but Spy, I think that's it. You said tourniquet, like direct pressure, and everything like that. I mean, oxygen therapy.
That's it. No oxygen therapy.
Yeah, I was about to say no oxygen therapy. Okay.
Anyway, to apply a tourniquet, you place it 2 to 3 inches above the wound, cut, gash, whatever that's bleeding. You tighten it with the Velcro strap as far as you can, as tight as you can. Then you're going to take that little plastic rod that I told about earlier. You're going to twist that. You're just going to keep twisting it. I believe it's clockwise. Or whatever way. Just whatever way tightens it. And you just keep twisting it until the bleeding stops eventually. Infinite blood. And, yeah. That's basics on how to apply a tourniquet.
Not Cash. Tuxie, you back?
Yo. Yes.
Okay, you're fine. We pretty much just did it with Spy as a test dummy. No offense, Spy. But yes, we did it as Spy as our test dummy. We did direct pressure. We did stop the bleeding. We did CPR. So pretty much we've done all that. I don't think there's anything else. What do you think, Trucks?
I was eating dinner.
You're fine.
For the leg, other arms, legs, same thing happens.
Yes. I do want to say, for a tourniquet, you can only do that for extremities. You cannot do that for the head. You cannot do that for the neck.
You won't be fired if you do it for the neck.
That's called malpractice, and we don't want a fucking lawsuit.
Yeah.
So
let's not get sued today.
Exactly. So, other than that, does anyone have any questions about firefighter BLS or anything? If you do, say them now. If not, forever hold your peace. Or if you need anything, just DM me, and I will answer it later on.
You can DM myself, Spy, Dispatcher, Chuck, Steve. We can all help you with your questions.
You direct your EMS questions to the EMS-based people, though, primarily.
Oh,
yeah.
Bad.
B and C.
But you're a wonderful paramedic, though.
Airway breathing is B, and C is circulation.
Oh, that sounds like fun. That sounds like an entire conversation, though.
Circulation is pretty much pulse motor sensation, PMS. You have DCAP BTOS, which that's a lot of stuff you'll learn in B class and A. You'll talk more about that later. But like I said, some of the stuff that I say you'll be hearing in B class, A class. But always. I have to take over. So if y'all want to take over, y'all can. I don't know how long I'll be, but I'll be back.
You cut out.
I digress.
What's next?
That covers up our station.
I guess time to go annoy the other phase.
That sounds like fun.
Nah, it's fine.
Do we join the other thingamajig?
Oh, we'll wait. They'll send them over here when they're done.
Alright. Do we stay with B? Do we switch?
Yeah, we stay.
Oh, okay. I'll get ready to... Oh, I could demonstrate the things onto Spy. Oh, looks like I'm special.
No.
Dang. For like 30 seconds I was
Fine. The spy's still down.
I'm here. Hey Josh, I made another bracelet.
Later.
So how's everyone's days? I guess I'll make small talk while we sit here.
That sounds like fun.
I'm doing well.
Firing day.
While we sit here, I'll be going. Oh, actually, nah. That's fire too.
This is Spy, that's Struxy, that's Cash, and I'm jumping.
So I am a Captain 2, to answer your question. The only difference is that I command a station, and that's the entirety of the Captain 2 billet, just to command stations. There's really no need to differentiate it in-game.
Do you want me to go check on what they're doing?
Oh shit, my headset's dead up there.
God damn it, Spy.
I'll go check. Do you think once we finish here, we'll go straight into the shift, or what?
We're likely to go directly into the shift after this classroom.
Oh, that sounds like fun. I'm gonna be riding with EMS today for this shift. I'm excited.
Yes, the shift is in 2 hours.
Yeah, but this training method, this training is around 3-4 hours. Cash, I know.
Every
I know
station
I'm
here
biased.
at TAFVILLE Fire Rescue has its advantages and disadvantages.
Like, the disadvantages for 44, we are severely understaffed.
That is correct. From what I've heard, 44 is about as good as 56.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Work call.
The busiest company depends on the shift.
Usually, I'm not really gonna say, but it's usually 44.
Correct.
Are we ready to move on?
Yeah.
Or I didn't.
Yeah, they're just not finished with their class.
Wow. Okay. That's what it was last time from my class.
Yeah. Yeah, Cash, yes, I am BLS, but I am running with Medic for this shift. I'm thinking about switching to getting a better certification in EMS, that way I could run.
So, once you do that, A is where you're mostly going to be on the truck more.
That sounds like
B, pretty much you just drive, so. Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to drive!
No, depending if you have a BLS rig, you choose between the two EMTBs, and one's a medic and one's a driver.
So probably I'm gonna be driving the Ambo, which I am so excited for.
Most of the time, yes. If you're an A, most of the time you stay in the back. However, it depends on if you have a paramedic. If you have a paramedic, then you drive, which is fun.
Alright. Melted pudding, the class that teaches you to pump is pump operator.
I thought that was EVOC.
That was modified.
Oh, okay.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Work called. IRL.
Emotional damage. Here, do you want me to check on their class?
No, that was fire. He was checking on us. That's why. So we'll be fine. We'll just wait.
Half of us were. Everybody was talking about if they had ADHD or not. Yeah, I know, the most random conversation. I probably do. I don't know.
Charles, that's really your personal choice, on whether you want to stick it out as firefighter or you want to go up to engineer or even, officer here.
Yeah, it's up to you. This is your choice. This is your journey.
I might become a, lieutenant for 44. I kind of want to get my EVOC certification so I can just be an apparatus chauffeur.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry that you held up for a long time there. Fire
science takes a bit.
Yeah, Trusty, do you want to have them move classrooms and stay in the same VCs, and then the instructors will just move VCs?
I think only the instructors should be moved.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but you want them to stay in the same classroom, right?
Yes.
That's all right. So that's what we'll do then. Or technically, shouldn't we have them move to the classroom? Because this one has the fire science stuff on the board.
Yes.
We will move to the class.
Yeah, so here's what we'll do. We'll move, so have your class line up and come to my class. Just have them wait outside the door, and then I'm going to have my class do the same thing for you guys. But we'll
instructors stay here.
Yeah, yeah.
Bye.
Alright.
Line up on me.
Candidates, follow me.
Whenever you get them out. Yeah,
Charles, get up.
Line up on me.
Okay, so what you just did as like a test dummy, I like that idea.
With the rest of your candidates, Charles.
I will try and bring that up with EMS and see if we can do that IRL. If we can do that, like...
Alright, go ahead, have them go to the other class from Toronto.
Alright.
Do not have them sit down, keep them separated until the instructors are ready.
Okay, so what I was trying to say was, Truxie, you know that Spy was our, like, kind of test dummy where we did, like, direct bleeding and everything like that, direct pressure and all that. I'd like to do that more. the whole training part of that for BLS. Is that okay with you?
Hold on, I'm gonna talk to
Because
Ken.
it's hands-on learning, and not only that, it's like people are getting to see how you do it and everything. So
come in.
I'm fine with that.
Up first. First row fills up first. Do not sit down. Go.
And
Come on in. Do not sit down. Stand behind your chair. Stand behind your chair. If you accidentally sit down, just get up.
I'd like if you could come up with an idea for EMS, if we could do that for the B portion of the classroom.
That with EMS is not up to me curriculum-wise.
Where is your guys?
Yeah, well,
where is your guys' students? I should say, not class.
Josh, where did you take the class?
I sent them to the other classroom since they had the relevant information on the board, apparently.
Yep. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of candidates.
Oh, okay, I see them now. All right. Did you guys
Yeah,
have
they're
three?
here.
Did you guys have 3 classroom candidates in the class?
We had 4.
yeah, y'all have
4. I had Liquor, Melted, and Charles.
So Liquor. God near no.
Are they all?
Sorry.
Yeah, they're all of them are in here. Okay,
No.
so what we're gonna do?
Fire
Instructors
chief,
that-
Fire chief, get out of the seat. We're missing one, and she's kind of lagging like really bad. But Spy, whenever you're ready, you can have them sit down.
all the candidates that are moving over to my class, the Fire Behavior and Fire Terminology class, move up to the Phase 1 Fire Academy stage. And the other ones move down here. So
They're okay.
okay.
Now they're getting okay. There we go.
Did you guys get the other ones out? Is there anyone in here who shouldn't be in here?
I
No, it does not look like that. JC
I think-
Game, were you in the BLS class?
Okay, so we have a few extra people because we only have 3 people in the actual classroom. In game.
Meet. You're in the wrong. You're in the wrong VC, bud. You got to go down to the LSVC stage. All right.
This is everybody. Yes.
Yeah, Melted. We have Melted. I'm gonna do roll call. Lil, are you in the VC?
He's
You are.
GCK.
Okay. Melted, are you in the VC? Copy. Okay, Charles, are you in the VC? Alright, perfect. Then we are all set then.
Cool.
Alright. Give you guys a chance here. So, let me just introduce you guys to this stage of the class. So what we're going to go over here is we're going to go over the basic fireground operations and procedures, but we're not going to go over like SOPs. We're just going to go over some of the stuff that we work with on scene and off scene. We're going to go over extinguishers, class fires, and a lot of fire behavior stuff. And by the way, you guys can be seated now. I was looking at you guys like so yeah, so that's pretty much what we're gonna go over. Some of these guys in here are not full-bred instructors, but they are kind of in the training to become instructors. So I'm going to assist with a lot of what they say, but other than that, these guys are relatively new, so candidates, take it easy on them. But we're gonna have Coastal go over the fire behavior stuff, and go over the class fires, the type of class fires, and he'll also mention some things on the fire tetrahedron and triangle, but Coastal will go more in depth on that.
Yep.
So I'm gonna give the floor to Rom. Rom, don't worry, I'm here if you need me. But I'm gonna go take a piss.
Alright, so if I have y'all's attention, so my name's Rom. I'm here out of 18, so I'm just gonna talk to y'all about the types of extinguishers. Okay, Coastal, you're making me nervous. So there's A through K. What I like to think of is A, B, C they're called dry chem. So A, B, C are dry chem, and then D and K are just something else. So A, the ordinary combustibles. So like they're basically just they're more natural things, like wood, paper, cloth, all that type of stuff. And you would use a dry chem. So close, like see, this is what it looks like in game. It would probably be on y'all's truck or engine.
Yeah, all the trucks in the game have a dry cam extinguisher and a water cam.
Yeah,
in their
yeah.
compartments.
And usually you would wanna. The reason why you would want to use like a dry cam and foam and all that is because you want to deoxygenate or D and K CO2. Yeah, they're CO2. To deoxygenate the fire. So, B, you would use a B1 for flammable liquids like grease, oil, paint, like solvents, jet fuel, and all that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jet fuel, diesel, gas.
All that. You would use C for live electrical equipment like electrical panel, motor, wiring, all that type of stuff. So AB, just a reminder, A, B, and C is dry chem, and then D and K, like Elton said, they're called CO2. So basically, D is a combustible metal. You would put like it on magnesium and aluminum and all that. And does anybody in here know why you would never put water on magnesium? Like if it happened to have a fire. What's up, Nelson? You know why, Melty? Water, magnesium are much worse fire than you. Yeah, basically, what I like to think of it is if I put water on magnesium, like kaboom, literally kaboom, literally a firework.
And I'll go ahead and get that video going here in a second.
Yeah.
Once you're done with that, by the way.
No. Yeah. Yeah. You could show them now.
Go ahead and get that thing up. Give me a second, guys.
So if you could direct your attention to.
Sorry.
Nah, you're good.
There it is.
Boom!
So.
Yo, do you have any better videos out there?
Probably. Usually where the magnesium, usually in cars. Hold on, I'm looking for something. It's right here. So basically, usually where the thing, magnesium is stored in cars, like the steering panel and all that. Yeah, it's usually in the steering panel of the car. That's why I usually would use foam or a D for a car fire, what I like to think. But sometimes you would use an attack line, whether your command tells you to. K is a commercial cooking equipment. Cooking oils, animal fats, and vegetable oils. So you definitely see this in like your kitchen fires and all that. So you want to look out for that. And then yeah, that's it. So A, B, and C, dry chem, D, and K are CO2. That's all I got.
All right, so jumping in after to just quickly go over what you guys have, or what he just went over. My bad. To give you guys a good understanding here, because I want you guys to pass the test. A lot of these fire behavior questions and these class A, K questions will be on the test. So I do know why water on grease fires. Yes. So you don't put water on grease fires or any kitchen fire. I hope we don't have to show a video for that. But if you didn't know,
it should be self-explanatory.
It causes a small explosion. So what I want you guys to do, and like I said to the other class, make sure you guys are taking notes on this stuff. If you see, I posted in the chat section of the stage, I posted the exact image that is right here, talking about all the class fires, so you guys can have that. You guys can save that image or whatever you want to do it. But take notes on those, on each of the fires or class fires, and you guys can use that when you take the test. It'll help you out tremendously. Did you go over the tetrahedron?
No, but I can if you want.
All right.
Or I can
Yeah.
just go over it before I.
Yeah. He's gonna go over fire here anyways. Might as well. But good job,
Yeah.
Rom.
Yeah.
Okay, so fire tetrahedron, fire triangle, kind of all the same thing. Do you guys know what element of the fire tetrahedron makes it the fire tetrahedron that isn't up here? Go for it. I want y'all to answer the question. I don't care if y'all get it wrong. I just want y'all to try your best to answer it for me. Heat and fuel headed wood. So that's not what I was asking. I was asking okay, so my bad. I asked what is not up there, what element that is not up here makes the fire triangle turn into the fire tetrahedron. Close. Not really the exact word I'm looking for. Okay, it's chemical reaction. Okay, that's what makes it the fire tetrahedron. Good. So, and then with the fire triangle, what you have to do is take out either oxygen or heat. 99% of the time, you're not going to. It's just not going to happen. So, oxygen and heat are what you're going to be taking out to get rid of the fire. So, any questions on that?
If one of the instructors say any questions on that and you don't have a question, make sure you guys say no, sir, no, instructor. That's what we want to see. Because the more you guys prove to us that you're dedicated and have respect, the further you'll get in the group.
Alrighty. Next thing I want to work on is 4 stages of fire dynamics. Okay. Can any of you guys tell me what those 4 stages would be? Or fire development, I guess is a better word. If you guys don't know what it is,
Remember, guys, if you don't know the answer, oh, well, there's one of them.
growth. That's the second one. Okay, you guys don't know? That's perfectly fine. That's what I'm here for. Gonna go over it, okay? So, there's 4 stages of fire development. Ignition stage. Yep, okay.
Incipient.
Hold on, I'm just going with. So you have growth, you have ignition. There's 2 more. Decay. There's 1 more. Last one.
Yep. This guy gets it.
Yep.
There's always that one.
There's that 1%. Yeah. Nope, not extinguishing.
I like that you're thinking, though. But good stuff.
Develop. Yeah, fully developed. Yeah. Okay, so it goes from ignition, growth, fully developed, and then decay. Alright, the ignition stage, all 3 elements of the fire triangle, or in some cases, the 4th. I don't know what the exact. Okay, anyways.
Tetrahedron.
Yeah. Reach an ignition temperature to where the fire can begin. Okay. And then during the growth stage, the fire increases fuel consumption and creates more heat and smoke and starts to spread throughout whatever is burning. Okay. And the fully developed stage occurs when the maximum amount of fuel and oxidizers consumed, and which means there's nothing else that the fire can burn to. So, say there's a fire, right? But no action is taken to extinguish it, right? This is where that instance is where all four of these would go through. Okay, like in a full. Okay. So
Keep on talking. I'm just gonna give him a little example.
okay.
Of
So
stuff.
with the fully developed stage is where everything is on fire. There's nothing else to burn. Okay. It goes to the decay stage. Okay. The temperature starts to decrease, and the fire starts to go down. Okay. So say you have no more fire anywhere, alright? And yeah, the fire has no more combustible fuel. There's nothing else left to burn, and it just starts going down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's pretty much just something that's smoldering that has reached its fully developed stage and now has died down.
Yeah, it's at the highest heat point that the fire will get to during its burning.
Coastal, are you cool if I give them some examples and see if they can get it right?
Yeah, go for it.
So what I'm going to do is, start a stage of the fire development, and I want you guys to tell me whether it's incipient, which is other words ignition. So the fire school terminology for it is incipient. If you don't know how to spell that, that's okay. Just say ignition. Growth, fully developed, or decay. So right now, that's pretty big. So what stage would this be? Ignition, right. So we're now in the ignition stage. What stage would this be? Right there.
Just for legal reasons, this is theatrical fire.
Yeah, pretend this is on a screen or something. So this would be the growth stage. And then if we did this, what stage would that be in? Sorry, guys. that is fully developed, right? That is fully developed. And then if we are in this stage, what stage are we in now? Okay, good job, guys. All right, perfect. So now you guys kind of picture an image in your head of what stages we are in. Sorry, I didn't mean to burn your guys' hair off there. I mean, Charles is already bald, so he doesn't have to worry about it. But, so moving on from the stages, you want to jump into rapid fire events, aka flash rivers, backtrack, you got it.
Give me a second, pulling up a document that I just want to go off of.
So, Melted, to answer your question, a flash river will come into play when the fire has reached its fully developed stage. And Coastal will go more in depth on that in a moment.
You said rapid fire development?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
So any big fire event, smoke explosion,
Get all this stuff off.
You're good. I do the same stuff.
Oh god, no. There we go. Okay. So, rapid fire events. Okay, this stuff is like flashovers, backdrafts, smoke explosions, anything where the fire goes from a decent size, or not a decent size, from smaller, I guess you could say, to big. Okay? So, we'll go with a flashover, I guess. This is where I believe too much oxygen going into a place where there's a lot of heat, and when there's too much heat in the room and all that oxygen comes into the room, there's that much heat, then that causes because there's oxygen going in at a rapid speed, a lot of heat, the fire grows very rapidly. I'm not sure exactly what that, Nate, I don't know if
Looking it up, I actually don't know.
Yeah.
It's just taking me to a airport on Google, so.
Oh,
okay, I know what you're talking about. So that's one of the. Okay, I see. He's saying that was an incident where there was a flashover involved. Well, good stuff that you know that. It's cool.
Sorry, I was just reading that announcement. Okay. Gotta find the thing for
Okay.
Oh, I'm trying to find the right document for it, so I'm not going off of just stuff off the top of my head. Okay, so next I'm gonna go with backdraft. Okay. This is where it's sort of similar to a flashover. Do you guys know what the signs are for a backdraft? Smoke peeking through the door, yes. Okay, so with a backdraft, okay, you could identify that backdraft might happen with yellowish, grayish yellow flames or smoke without much flames showing and small flames. Okay, I can pull a picture of one right now. But a backdraft is where a lot of oxygen and a lot of fire gets together and just makes an explosion of fire. Right? Normally it's in a concealed space. Superheated gases. Sort of, yeah, basically. And then
You cool if I jump in on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So to give you guys a better example, so the room we're standing in right now, and I did this for the other class, so you guys can see how we're completely sealed off in this room. So the doors are shut. There's no like fresh oxygen being pushed into the room. So let's say the table here caught on fire and no one was in here, no one saw it, and it got so big that it reached the fully developed stage, but then died down because it had now to feed the fire, and it's now in the decay stage. Let's say the fire company gets called for a report of smoke because the smoke's kind of seeping through the door. We get here and one of you guys as a fireman opened up the door, and bam, that's when there's a possibility that backdraft could happen because you're reintroducing a heated fire that's off gassing in the decay stage. You're reintroducing oxygen to it. And it all happens all in one moment, and it could result in a backdraft, which is pretty much just an explosion. So that's a better example for you guys to understand for backdrafts.
Just a bit closer. I'll have to look that up later. Yeah. Where was I?
You were going from, I think you were doing backdraft, maybe smoke explosion.
Yeah. Let me get that up. Smoke explosion.
Yeah, that's definitely most likely from a backdraft that formed.
Yeah. Nate, if you want to just quickly cover smoke explosion, and then I'll go kind of more in depth about it once I get this document open.
Cool. Okay, so with smoke, so does anyone know what smoke is? Do any of you know? There's a very specific definition I'm looking for. Charles, let's hear it. What do you think smoke is? Okay, so smoke is unburned particles. So when you see let's say, picture a log on fire, a very small log, you're going to have ash and smoke going into the sky, or wherever a path of least resistance is. That is all unburned particles of the fuel. So smoke isn't, burned stuff leaving the fire. It's unburned particles, and that if they all catch on fire at once, which can happen, in the event of fire reaching smoke, like if you ever see smoke peeling out a window, sometimes you'll see that smoke catch on fire, and that's a small smoke explosion, or you could have a really big one where all the unburned particles catch on all at once. So that's a basic definition of a smoke explosion. Crystal, do you have anything to continue, or else I can go into?
If you want to, you can. Yeah.
So, since I brought up the path of least resistance, we're going to talk about flow path. So, flow path is pretty much when I take my B tools and see that door in your guys' left side of the room, and I delete it. That opens up what we call a flow path. If there's a fire right here, let me just light this thing on fire for you guys. Did a fire. We'll do 11. So there's the fire, and I opened up this door. The fire is going to want to go towards that door. That's why we always try what we call door control. Because if we just leave all these doors and windows open, the fire is just going to continue to grow, and it's going to be harder for the engine company on the attack line to put that fire out. So that's why we always want to keep in mind what we're doing and when we're doing it. So we don't want to, if the fire's on the Alpha Bravo First Division, we don't want to break the windows on the Charlie Delta. That would just fire to travel towards that. It's not that could cause that fire events, that could cause fire to grow to an even larger state that it would have never went to, which is why we like to coordinate with the companies. The engine companies need to keep it. The truck companies probably go to the roof. The engine company would want truck and say, before to command the second corner, we've looked at the fire and we start to take on it now. And they're like, okay, when we're on the roof, we want to go to the Charlie Delta side and go there. Because if they move it or the Alpha side, it's just going to go against what the engine company needs to be able to put that fire out.
Yeah. I can add on yesterday at about the 8th of the fire, right? The engine company, they were making an attack on the fire, which was on the Alpha Bravo structure, and they were saying any to the truck company. So the truck company was having to kind of wing it. That was necessary. I'm kind of going off here, but that also means it's very important here. Excuse me. Yeah. So, I'll just make sure to know. I know we're not doing truck operations today, but when you're on a truck company, make sure you know what would be the appropriate spots to make the cuts. And if you're on the engine company, make the cuts. Because if they make the cuts on the wrong side of the structure, it's just not going to do anything. And without any ventilation, that can be very bad. That can cause a whole bunch of different things. But that's why ventilation is very important.
Perfect. Alright, Coastal, are you cool if I let Cole take over the sides or sides of the building, part of the class? Alright, so guys, introducing Cole, otherwise known as Rocky or CCT. He's a past lieutenant and a senior and slash chauffeur TAFVILLE. He's been around for a long time. He's a very knowledgeable guy. He just isn't really interested in an officer's position, so definitely take into consideration what he has to say. He knows his stuff. He's going to go over the sides of the building. I'm handing it off to Rocky. It's all you.
Yep. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. How many of you guys know the basic Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta stuff of the sides of the building? One. Any of you other guys?
I'll go ahead and get the SOP thing.
Oh, they covered it in the other classroom.
That's okay.
All right, well, we're gonna level 4.
We're gonna do it again.
Yeah, just quiz them.
We're gonna quiz you, I guess. All right, so Hater, can you please put a block in one of the corners of the building?
Yes, sir.
Or I'll just stand somewhere.
Is that good? Here, you want me to make this? I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger so it's easier for you to bend straight.
All right.
Is that good?
Yeah. Okay. All right, this side that I'm standing on, this right here, this is gonna be the front, the Alpha side.
Alpha Bravo Charlie.
Oh wait. All right. I'll just stand. All right. Yeah. So Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. You guys know the basics, right? All right. So Lil 4. I'm gonna call you that. What side of the building is this? Or corner? Sorry.
So where he's positioned, low 4. He's on Bravo, but what side is he connecting with? He in a corner? How would you say that?
Alan, put a question really quick. For an L-shaped structure,
Well,
would kind of go. So Delta, I believe Foxtrot is the other one. Yeah.
if you're talking about like octagons, yeah, so
Like
octagon
L-shaped structures.
shaped structures, as in
Things
like
that aren't that have more than 4 sides.
so yeah, you pretty
You
much
can
just
still
add
use
it.
it with the ANBD, but you would just kind of
Keep adding.
Yeah.
It's like it's the
You
same.
And just keep adding. Me too.
Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Elephant.
God, I can just imagine
fucking
trying
zebra,
to do a primary
you know
search
what I
with
mean?
that.
Yeah, it's
All right, Cole, give Melted an example.
all right. Melted. What side is this? All right. Wait. Yeah. All right. Good.
Yep.
All right, Charles. Standing on the corner, by the way.
All right, Charles, what side is Cole on? Or sides? Ding ding. Alpha, Delta. Perfect.
Yeah, you guys
So
pretty much as easiest.
let's just pretend that if I'm standing to the side, I'm on the first division. If I'm standing on top, I'm on the second division. Okay. I'm standing on the second division, right? I'm in the middle of the structure. Do any of you know what we would run off of if I'm not directly on any side? I'm kind of in the middle of the building on the second division. So you could say I'm in the middle of the structure, second division, if you are really not sure where you're at. But what we will do, and to make it so you're really informative and helping whoever you're trying to locate you, living room. Same thing with like the second floor. If you're in a bathroom, say I'm on the bathroom second division. If you're in the master bedroom or a bedroom, you can say I'm in the bedroom second division. If you really don't know what side you're on, you still want to try and be specific and give as much information you can. Because if you just say you're on the second division, if it's a really big building, like it's a commercial building and it's like a school or something, it's going to be really hard to locate you, especially if it's a mayday and we're dealing with a collapse or a rapid fire event or whatever the case may be. We want you guys to be as specific as possible. So if you can get the sides, perfect. If you can't, work with what you got. Same thing with Melted just said. That's a big thing. If you're in like any building, like an apartment complex or any commercial building that has set room numbers, you always want to say what room number you're near if you can get that number.
With that, we have one big structure in the game, which that would be the biggest issue with. Is Heritage Apartments on Route 1. It's actually down the road.
Oh, I hate those.
Yeah, those have it's tall and it has a bunch of apartments going. It's like four stories, I believe, and it's awkward to navigate, to say the least. So room numbers are very, very key in that place.
Is there even room numbers though? I
No,
don't think there
think
is.
so.
No, there's
Maybe?
not.
Oh, okay. Either way, if we're having
Yeah, so divisions
Well, there's-
go by like 1, 2, 3, 4. So say it was like the 4th floor, it'd just be division 4.
yeah, just like use whichever side would be the closest, I guess. Say if you were So say you're 4th Division, okay, and you're in an apartment to the very right, okay. You would say 4th Division, Delta Apartments, 4th Division, I guess. Yeah.
Honestly, if it comes down to it, just literally like you bring a rope with you, so just if there's a window, just get out of the window with the rope. Bro. It's honestly what you would have to do.
Only guys that have special access to ropes, but
Okay. Well.
That is changing soon.
Ooh.
But that is true for now. Right now, 18 is the only company that has the ropes. People are biased,
18.
but
This is why.
yeah, that is pretty much all for fire development or fire behavior / fire science. We covered the sides of the building, and we also covered the type of class fires, and we covered extinguishers and what extinguishers to use to put out certain fires. So, is there any you guys have? And like I said, keep in mind you want to take notes on all those things because there are going to be questions on those things on the test.
We never went over rollover.
Okay, so rollover is another rapid fire development. It's to give you the best scenario of a rollover is if I took a block right here and took the block, made it go up. Watch out, Rom. Made it go up the wall like this, or so. Fire starts at the floor, let's say, and it makes its way up a wall or up to a doorway or whatever's above where the fire started, and it does what we call a rollover. Is it would look like what I'm about to try to demonstrate in a second here. I'm working my best here. So we have the fire started down here. Fire size 12. We'll do the heat max so it goes up. And then it reaches the top of the ceiling and it starts to what we call a rollover, and it starts to kind of climb the ceiling. And that's what it looks like. It makes like a kind of shape in it. You might see it sticking out of doorways and stuff like that. Rollovers are dangerous, just as dangerous as any other rapid fire event, because if you get caught, if the fire gets behind you, you're in a very bad state. You never want the fire to be behind you. You always want to be either with the fire directly in front of you or a good distance from you, because it is a pain in the ass. First of all, if you're on the engine company in real life, to fire that gets behind you, and it could cause a really shitty situation really quickly. Good stuff, Melty. Good stuff. So we don't have any designated RIT companies, but what Command does on any building fire is if we had the staffing, which we normally do, let's say truck 18, squad 18, engine 19, and engine 44 are on the original dispatch. Once it gets upgraded to a working 1075 or a working building fire, a RIT company may be dispatched, or if, let's say, ladder 44 was already on the dispatch, they will assign ladder 44 the RIT company or the squad or the truck. Engine companies don't operate as RIT because they are not special or special service unit or whatever that shit. We don't. Sorry, I don't use them. We just call it a squad, a truck, or a ladder. But the only type of company you'll see operating as RIT or fast, in other words, is a truck company or a rescue company or a squad company. But we don't have any designated RIT departments. Any other questions I could answer for you gentlemen before we move on to the final conversation?
Nate, can I get B-Tool so I can go outside and get working on the car fires if they're not already outside doing it?
Are we gonna have another
Apparently
RIT? Are we gonna do another RIT program? Because not a program, but like a department. Isn't it like tech rescue or
knowledge
something?
of that. I have no knowledge.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, that bullshit. Don't even worry about that. That'll never get done because the people working on it.
If you guys from the classroom want to hop in the back of the Squad 18 cab, I'll drive you guys down there.
Alright, gentlemen, you guys can all stand up and follow me outside. Everyone's going the opposite way.
Oh shit, my bad.
It's all good. All right, so is this in park and ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I don't want it to fling
Oh.
all over the place.
Who's this?
No, I can walk.
Candidates, I want you guys to put on your. Everyone stand STS right in front of me. If you're not a candidate, don't get in front of me. So low 4, you got look for the white coat. If you ever hear me talking, just look for the white coat. All right, put on your bunker pants, your bunker coat.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give you guys. Do you guys have your gear? I don't have mine's. Okay, you have to reset. Just reset your gear. Melted. If you don't have your gear, you have to do the same thing.
I'll reset with them and make sure.
Yeah,
they know.
just help them out. And Charles, just put on your helmet and then. Well, actually,
Alright,
don't even bother because you're gonna.
Guys.
You can get in the squad. Just take off when you're in the apparatus. That's another rule we have in TAFVILLE. Don't wear your helmet when you're in the truck.
All right, so
Let me
guys,
get these guys in the same thing.
no, don't get your Proby helmet. Come over here, guys. Where is it? It's over here, guys.
Wait, how do we know
Over
they
here.
passed?
Melted, pudding, melted over here. The candidate helmet right here. Walk into the candidate thing. Where's his candidate? Oh, melted. Oh, where I am. Okay. Okay, you don't need the bunker gear. Come here. Come here.
Charles, scoot all the way
Okay.
over.
To get the bunker gear, walk. It says candidate. That's the wrong
There
one.
you go.
Press close on the. Oh my. Press close on the GUI. There you go. And now press helmet. Bunker coat, bunker pants, no Meg's hood.
All right. So what we're doing to make this easier, because there's going to be a lot of people in here, Ron and Rocky, you guys are not going to teach this part. I hope you guys aren't going to get butthurt about that. But we just don't want new people on stage. If you guys want to go down to the audience for me, I don't want to have to kick you.
Nah, you
All right.
like
So Truxty, Eaton, and Spy.
Spy's gonna come up here.
Spy is not here. I moved him.
Okay. Da.
I'm gonna make it.
This
on
is
his-
good. So everybody
There.
who has their gear, everybody who's a candidate who has their gear, STS in front of me, on the white shirt. You have your gear and STS in front of me. Ashy. Thank you. Alright, so what we're gonna do here, put on everything, put on your coat, your pants, and your helmet. That's all I
Put on
want.
what I have
now.
on.
Yeah, what Coastal has on. So don't put on your air pack yet, because those things will get annoying real quick. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over some exterior fires. We have some fires set up for you guys. We're gonna talk a little bit about that. The instructors are gonna, talk about the fires before we put them out and how you're gonna put them out and what we're gonna do. And then we'll have you guys jump into it. We'll split you in 2 groups, and we're not gonna make you move around VCs again. We're just gonna split you up in groups to put out the fires as teams. So if you guys have your gear on, come with me. I want you to just drive the squad over there if he's still here. If Rocky's not here, someone take his role.
He's in the truck, I think.
Okay. Just someone not take his role. Take his role as driver. I mean, drive the truck over. I want someone to fucking ban him. Bye, Rocky.
I'm not gonna. Probably, I'm not gonna invite you up here for a little while. If need be, then you'll come up here. If we need any other people.
Alright, so we have 2 beautiful car fires set up for you guys here. If everyone wants to STS in front of me once you guys get here, single file line next by shoulder to shoulder. Squad 18 is just set up for an easy stretch with the attack line. Okay, so what we are going to do, Charles, I'm over here. There you go. All right. So what we're gonna do is like I said, we're gonna split you in 2 groups. We're gonna have one person on nozzle, one person on backup, and the other person on irons, which is just gonna basically be there to assist if they need to. Let's say pry open, better grab on fire, whatever the case may be. So what we're gonna do is everyone from Meat down is going to be a group, and then everyone from Joe down is going to be a group. So, Meat, you're going to be Nozzle. Carlos, you're up. And Melted, you're going to be Irons. And then moving this way. Hey, you go ahead. Yep, do it. Yep.
Joe will be Nozzle, Bong will be backup, and then Lil 4, I guess, yeah, is gonna be Irons. Yep.
Alright, so you guys now all have your roles. Remember that, because if you guys walk up to the truck and don't do the right thing, I'm gonna get upset. And then we'll work at you. Everyone's gonna get a chance to put out the fire, don't worry. In case you guys don't know, in TAFVILLE, all of our tools are inside of the inside of the compartment. So all you have to do is take your mouse, click on it, and you'll get the tools. Another thing I see most of you guys doing, if you do /work gloves in chat, it'll give you black fire gloves. And there's also a thing for medical gloves, but we're not going to worry about that.
I'm also, for the 2 Irons guys who are Irons, actually for everybody, because y'all are going to be Irons eventually, I believe on squad they are this compartment back here.
Instructors, if I see you go near the car fire without any equipment or your proper PPE on, you will be penalized for that. Mark my words. Any firefighters assisting, if you go near it, you put on the right stuff. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna ask you guys a few questions about car fires. If you guys don't know them, that's okay. We're gonna talk about it anyways. So real quick, does anyone know what we might or what we should be looking for when we approach a car fire? What are some main things? So engine block, battery, victims, leak, fuel, all things we should be looking for. So any hazardous material like gas or in some cases battery acid and other stuff that leaks from vehicles when it catches on fire. Magnesium, yep, all big things we want to look for. So if you see a bunch of gas spilling out and catching on fire and spreading all over the place, you don't want to spray that with water directly because it's just going to spread that shit everywhere. What would we do in that type of situation? So you could use a CO2 extinguisher. That's why I like to say meat. So we would use foam, because if you cover the gas, oil, or what might be leaking from the vehicle, it won't be able to spread all over the place and it'll be a quick knock. So that's something to keep in mind. Cole just walked up with kitty litter, or otherwise known as I'm shooting a blank. God, kitty litter, or one of the other instructors said. I'm shooting a blank.
Oil dry.
Oil dry. Thank you. Jesus. So speedy dry. Kitty litter. You can use that to put that on gasoline or oil or anything leaking from a vehicle to dry it up and get it out of the road. That's something to keep in mind, but you don't want to be doing that while the vehicle's on fire. The main focus is to get the fire put out first. Like you guys said, magnesium. We always want to be paying attention because people get hurt at car fires because certain things happen out of nowhere. Like if you put water on magnesium, you all saw when it's exploding in your face and it's not going to be fun. Another thing to keep in mind, when approaching a vehicle fire, especially as the nozzleman and the backup, you guys need to come at it on an angle. Never walk up directly to it, whether that's from the side, the front, the rear, or the other side. You always come at it on an angle. So if you guys see how I'm approaching this car fire, I'd approach it from this angle. So I'm on like a 45-degree angle right now. I'm not approaching it directly from the front. I should probably put my stuff on before I, go back on what I said. All right. Where's my pack? All right, so you guys see me now. Jesus, there's a lot of people over here. But I'm approaching it from this angle and not directly head on. That way, what we call like struts or tires or anything that's pressurized, they all fail really quickly under heat. So if you guys have struts, does anyone know where the struts are located in a vehicle? It's here. Do you guys know what struts are? So wheels are not struts, but they are a hazard in this situation. So struts are always going to be in what I like to call the moving parts of a vehicle, except for doors. So what moves? The hood, right? You open up a hood, it moves. Same thing with the trunk. The trunk moves. Those are all operated by pressurized struts. And when they get heated up, it expands and shoots out like a rocket. And you don't want to be in the way of a strut when it shoots out, because that thing will shoot right into your leg or your arm or your neck or your shoulder or wherever on your body, and it will hurt really badly, and you'll end up hospitalized because of it. If you want to search up strut versus firefighter on Google, you can see some pretty gory images of what it looks like. And I'm not going to show you that, but if you want to do that on your own time, you can. If you want to crouch, press curl, left curl. If you want to lay down, press left alt. And I'm not sure what the other keybind is, because I don't use it. So
Charles,
just asked
Charles, what did you just press?
Right alt. Okay, so right alt is forward. So you can crawl like this. So those are some cool things we have here in TAF, Kinky.
Hi. You're going to be assistant ignition officer.
Who?
You.
Okay.
Alright, enough with the crouching. You guys, I think you guys understand how to do that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to split you guys into groups. I want to see you guys do this the right way. If you don't, we're going to pull you back and we're going to talk about it. It's okay if you don't do it the right way the first time, but these are some things you guys gotta focus up so you can pass the test and the practicals. So everyone, if you guys want to get dressed like me, put your Nomex, your air pack on, and all that. You don't have to put your mask on until you approach the vehicle. Once you guys are ready, get your helmet, your mask, your Nomex, or not your mask, until you approach the vehicle. Your air pack.
Hold on. For the guy who said, do we crouch when you're using a hand line? No, that'll glitch out the line, and it won't work.
So remember your assignments: meat, your hose, your nozzle, Charles, your backup, metal or melted, sorry, your irons, and Joe, nozzle, bowing, backup, and Lil 4, you are irons. So everyone come to the squad. I believe the irons, the irons are right here. The Halligan. One of you, if you're irons, just grab the Halligan. It's inside of this. Click on it. Halligan, click on Halligan, and then press X. And there you go. You're all set. Nozzle, you guys have to grab it off the rear of the truck. All you have to do is click on the hose. It should say take. Click take, and you'll have the nozzle. So we'll have Meat's group go first. So if you were with Meat, so Meat should be Metal, Charles, and Metal and Charles. So you guys are gonna go first. So when approaching, you guys necessarily don't have to crouch. If you want to, you can. But whenever you guys are ready, go ahead. Remember what I taught you guys or told you guys. Go for it. Take some photos of this, please. Whoever can. Tactical if you can.
I'm doing it right now.
Alright, so who is driving the truck? Anybody? Anybody know? Who's driving the squad? Anybody? Okay, fuck it. You guys, I'm gonna give you guys foam, so other side of the truck. Alright, Cole's got it. Cole is giving you guys foam. You guys have foam, so the water is now foam. You're good to go. Remember, if you guys don't need to be on air, don't wear your mask if you don't need to be, unless you're right up on the car. With the P-tools. Good. I saw everything I needed to. You guys want to take off your mask, your helmet, and your Nomex and go take a breather, and we'll let the other group come in and do the same thing on the vehicle over here. Cash and Coastal, if you guys, well, you guys are fine. Just stay out of their way, alright?
Okay, I'll move
you
real
guys,
quick.
you guys ready? You guys have your tools? Your hose line? whenever you guys are ready, the floor is yours. You guys can go attack that car fire. Roll for, wait for, remember, nozzle and back up, approach the vehicle first, and remember the fundamentals. How do you approach the vehicle? What are you looking for? Oh, so you gotta move around a little bit. Your pass alarm is going off. If you guys want to drop your air packs, if you're not putting out the car fire, that's fine. We'll eliminate the pass alarm. Alright. Rocky's sending you foam right now. Alright, you guys have foam. Keep on spraying it. You're good, you got foam, it's not, you're fine. Even if you see sparkly shit.
Meant to be kind of ember, so smoldering. Wrong impression off that, my bad.
So, can you...
I usually will use blue sparkles to represent electrical hazards.
Make sure you sweep under the underneath of the vehicle. Fire might be spreading underneath the vehicle that's harder to see. Perfect. Alright, perfect, guys. You guys did a good job. Alright, everybody, drop your chair packs and your Nomex. And we are all going to come over to the front of the academy, and we're going to SDS, and we're going to close it out for the night, okay? Yeah, cool. One more thing to keep in mind when operating on car fires. Don't be afraid to get in there. Just be mindful, okay? You know, you want to remember what can happen and how to approach car fires. But you can shove the nozzle in there and get real up close. It's just you don't want to be, coming directly at it. Don't be afraid to use all the water or foam in the world.
Do you want them line up on the yellow or the red?
Yeah, yellow. And I'll be lead here. There's that Arnada candidate. Just hop off to the side. Spy and Chucksty, you guys can come to me, to my side. Are we missing any candidate? I think we are. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that should be everyone. That is the chick with the pink hair or pink highlights or whatever you want to call that.
And just heads up for you with the hair phase. You're gonna need to fix your hair up a little bit, because that is definitely not within regulations. We'll fix that moving forward, though.
Mm-hmm.
No, everyone's hair. We have buns or ponytails. I think the rule's above the collar, but make it look decent is really the key takeaway there.
But as you can see, most of you guys are following the regulatory SOPs or whatever you want to call. The rose is fine. It's not really a problem. Not with me, at least. Don't bother me. But one thing to keep in mind, I noticed Charles has some a beard coming in there. One thing we definitely do not allow is beards. The prickles are fine, but any full-blown beard, you will be told to go leave shift, shave, and come back, because that can affect your seal from your mask, which will improperly give you the seal, which will result in you losing more air and fire and just not being able to operate the right way. You guys can have any type of mustache you want in the world, just as long as you guys don't have any crazy beard or goatee situation. And like I said, the bristles are fine, just nothing crazy. I didn't know that, Melted. I have no idea. I don't know about the pilots, but I know firemen. You should not have beard. Volunteer.
Phase,
you guys
you're
do-
a candidate following with everyone else.
Wait a minute.
Phase, fallen.
Sorry.
Phase for you. Just hop in the STS with the other candidates. Hop in the line with the other the guys lined up right in front of me, right here. Line up under or on one of the footprints. I forget what those are